This particular Oberg pass is a well-designed 7.3 kilometer long gravel pass linking the town of Montague with the Karoo Highlands and remote towns like Sutherland, Fontein and Toesrivier, as well as providing an access route to the fabulous Ouberg Nature Reserve. This pass and the Langkloofpoort together form one long pass as they run back to back, so both have to be driven regardless of which direction you drive the route. It's a perennial favorite with off-road clubs and touring bikers, and due to its good design and reasonable gradients, is suitable for all vehicles except in very wet weather. There are a total of 4 Ouberg passes in South Africa. 2 are in the Western Cape, this one near Montague and the other one near Ouberg. There's one near Sutherland and the 4th one's in the Eastern Cape near Graafrenet. We formed this pass from north to south in the descending mode. This is a really beautiful pass with gently sweeping corners through magnificent Cape-filled mountains from the arid plains of the Karoo. The summit of 1,014 meters above sea level is sometimes blanketed in snow in midwinter. The gradient gets quite steep at 1 in 14 and a speed limit of 60 kilometers per hour is appropriate. It descends almost 500 meters in altitude over 7.8 kilometers and ends at an intersection to the African Game Lodge and Montague Reserve. Due to the long and continuous descent, we recommend driving down this pass using engine compression to slow your vehicle down instead of the overuse of the foot brake, which could result in brakes overheating and possible brake failure. The Oberg Pass gives access to some wonderful weekend getaways like Gecko Rock, the Witteberg Private Nature Reserve, and of course the Ouberg Nature Reserve, which is run by Cape Nature Conservation. During periods of snowfall or in very wet weather, like all gravel passes, this one too can become dangerous. For ascending vehicles, and in particular smaller front-wheel drive cars, these might experience traction issues when the surface becomes so slippery. Similarly, descending vehicles can easily go into an uncontrolled slide when conditions become muddy. For the vast majority of the year, the pass is dry and easily drivable. The Karoo is prone to flash floods, and when the rains do come, they do so in dramatic style with large volumes of rain falling over very short periods. This pass and its twin pass, the Langkloofpoort, which follows it lower down, is subject to regular flood damage and road closures. During flash flood conditions, never risk your life by driving over a flooded causeway where a strong current is flowing. Rather do the ultimate test, which is to get out of your vehicle and walk through the river along both proposed wheel tracks to test to see the depth as well as underwater objects or holes. If you're not willing to walk it first, then rather don't drive it. There are no bridges along both of these passes, and the river crossings consist only of a concreted surface where water levels can quickly reach a depth in excess of 1 meter. Combined with a strong current, this will wash almost any vehicle downstream. Montague is a great town to visit. Not only are its streets packed with beautifully restored old homes, many of which are national monuments, but the town has in recent times attracted a younger generation of adventure athletes who visit here often to do rock climbing, ride the many MTB routes, or sample some of the finest hikes in the Western Cape, like the Blowpunt hiking trail. If you're a mountain pass fan, then Montague has plenty on offer. Within easy reach is Kochmanskloof, with its Old English fort on top of the tunnel. Then there are the Burgers Pass and Rooihoogte Pass, which are on the R318, both of which are tarred. But for those who seek the gravel roads less travelled, why not try Joubert, Pietersfontein and Patatsfontein? Or for the more serious off-road fanatic, there's the Grade 5 wagon wheels route. At this point in the lower third of the pass, the road passes directly through a small farmstead. Slow right down as you approach the old dry-packed stone walls, as there are often dogs and livestock roaming about, as well as small children. In addition, it's a small courtesy to the farmer to slow down to 20 kilometers per hour and reduce dust on his home as well as his crops. At the end of the stone wall, there's a very sharp left-hand bend, which will slow you down anyway. Be sure to watch part 2 of the Oberg Pass, which covers the final 3 kilometers.